Okay, hey crypto fans, welcome. Today we're diving into MORI coin.
Hmm.
You send over a ton of material on this meme coin that's just exploding on Solana right now.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely making waves, and calling it just a meme coin. Well, I might be selling it short.
Right, that's what I thought. It feels like there's more going on. It launched with this like calculated bang, not a whimper.
Exactly. We're looking at something that's part token, part gamified system, almost like a cultural movement built around this one pretty notorious figure.
Professor Moriarty.
The very same. So this deep dive, it's not just about watching the price chart. We need to kind of dissect the mechanics here. How does a big personality build this cult following, almost, and then turn that into real, measurable growth?
Okay, so that's our mission. Look at the structure, is it safe? Look at the speed, that explosive growth, and really dig into the engine room, this gamification thing that seems to tie everything the community does right back to the token's value.
And yeah, you have to start with Professor Moriarty. Over 3 million subscribers. That's a huge platform. He's positioned as this sort of legendary voice, the founder figure.
Giving it the whole ethos. Memento mori, remember death. It's kind of intense for a crypto project, grounding it in limits and scarcity.
Which ironically seems to be fueling some pretty limitless ambition in the community.
You mentioned the speed. The velocity was just, wow. $65 million market cap in the first hour.
Yeah, not a slow burn. Instant detonation is a good way to put it. That's what happens when you have a huge pre-built audience just waiting to jump in.
And it peaked even higher, right?
It did. Hit about $190 million within, 4 days. Now, obviously, markets do what markets do. It's corrected, settled down. Seems to be holding pretty stable above $100 million now.
Okay, still significant.
But the community growth is the other piece. The sources say over 21,000 holders now, and maybe 200,000 people involved in the whole ecosystem somehow. That sheer number of participants, that's critical context for everything else.
Absolutely. Okay, Immediate success is clear. But the long game, they're talking a big game, like reaching $1 per token.
Yeah.
What's actually holding this thing up structurally? Let's start with the basics. Security. Is this just another rug pull waiting to happen?
That's always the first question with meme coins, isn't it? But the way they set up the tokenomics on Solana seems designed to counter that fear directly.
How so?
Okay, so fixed supply, exactly 1 billion tokens. That's it. No inflation, ever. And crucially, the team, including Moriarty, they've renounced the right to print more. They literally can't create more tokens.
Okay, fixed supply, that's standard good practice. What about distribution? How did they avoid an immediate dump?
Well, 80% of the total supply went straight into liquidity pools from the start. And the other key part, Moriarty's personal stash, his 10%, is locked up for a full year.
1 year lockup.
That's significant.
That's the main defense against the classic founder dump, the rug pull scenario. Shows he's in it for a while, at least.
Right. It builds that baseline trust needed to aim higher. And they did aim higher, quickly moving past just decentralized exchanges.
Yeah, the CEX listings. BingX, LBank, Bitmart. Getting onto those centralized exchanges is a big step for accessibility. Pulls in people who aren't, DEX natives.
And it's a necessary step if you're serious about mass adoption. The stated goal, pulled straight from the source material, isn't just these exchanges either. They're aiming for the giants.
Like Bybit, Binance.
Exactly. Those are the targets, which of course requires sustained performance, volume, stability. It's a long road.
And they acknowledge the volatility, right? I saw Moriarty himself mention Bitcoin's huge drawdowns.
Yeah, he frames these current corrections as totally normal crypto volatility, pointing out even Bitcoin sees 70% plus swings. The narrative is, this is where the real believers, the long-term holders, differentiate themselves. You need that discipline to ride it out for the next leg up.
Okay, structure and security seem thought out, at least more than many meme coins. But security is pointless if there's no reason to hold long term. What's the why? What keeps people in?
On utility, right?
Utility is the key word. They've got 3 main pillars planned or already rolling out. And the goal isn't just having utility, it's about using it to engineer scarcity.
Engineered scarcity. Explain that. How does utility make the token rarer?
It's about building mechanics that actively reduce the supply as demand increases. Take the first big one, the MORI casino.
Right, the casino.
It's not just a place to gamble, they call it a fire economy. Why? Because the only currency you can use inside is MORI.
Only no more I. Okay. And you mentioned a deflationary part. How does it burn tokens?
Simple, but clever.
Okay.
Every single game played, every bet made, a percentage of the commission sources, say between 5 and 10%, is permanently burned. Just
Yeah.
Gone. Destroyed forever.
Wow. Okay, so the more people play, the more demand there is for MORI to get into the casino, and the more tokens disappear from the total supply through that burn mechanism. They estimate something like $50,000 to $100,000 worth of tokens could be burned for every $1 million in casino turnover.
So the casino's success literally fuels the token scarcity. People having fun directly benefits the holders by reducing supply.
That's neat. It's a powerful feedback loop if it works.
Hmm.
Then there's utility number 2, the MORI VPN.
The privacy tool. Supposed to be out in August.
That's the timeline, yeah. Pitched as super anonymous, no logs, no registration. But the real kicker for the tokenomics is the access model.
How do you get access?
You have to be a MORI holder or staker. That's the only way in. Plus, they're promising this TIAR network overlay feature, which is a big draw for the seriously privacy-conscious crowd.
So you're forcing potentially thousands, maybe tens of thousands of users to buy and hold MORI just to use a basic service like a VPN. That creates constant baseline demand.
Exactly. It's utility as a lock-in mechanism. Not just speculation driving demand, but actual need for a service.
And the third one was a payment gateway.
Yeah, a partnership with a big Telegram bot apparently has like 4 million users. MORI will be accepted as a payment option there. So weaving it into existing ecosystems, it's clear they're trying to build utility beyond just the crypto bubble.
Okay, utility makes sense. But the real X factor, the thing that feels different here, is this whole gamified ecosystem you mentioned, the @MORI thing. This sounds like where the community really comes alive.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
This is where passive holders become active participants, almost like co-authors of the project's success. And it all revolves around XP experience points.
XP, like in a video game.
Pretty much. It's the internal currency, measuring how much energy, effort, and influence a user is putting into the MORI ecosystem. Your XP score reflects your contribution.
So what do people actually do to earn this XP? It sounds less like trading charts and more like doing homework or quests.
Quests is the perfect word. The @MORI gives out specific missions. Things like creating content, making memes, writing articles, analyzing the project, recording reaction videos.
Okay, content creation.
A huge focus right now is short-form video. They're mobilizing the community to flood TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels with tens of thousands of clips about MORI. Just dominate the algorithms.
Wow, okay. Algorithmic warfare funded by the community.
Basically, yeah. And it's not just digital stuff. They incentivize real-world actions, too. Like, remember that story about the team planting a MORI flag on Mount Elbrus?
Yeah, you mentioned that. They won money for it.
$20,000, yeah. That kind of high-visibility stunt earns massive XP and gets eyeballs on the project in a way that just shilling on Twitter doesn't. It's community-driven marketing, but gamified.
Okay, so people do these quests, earn XP, then what? How does XP turn into something tangible? Can you cash it out?
You can convert XP into actual MORI tokens through airdrops, but, and this is crucial, it's not instant. There's a vesting schedule.
Not the cap.
A necessary one, probably. The tokens you get from XP are released in chunks. Part after 3 days, part after 14 days, and the final part after 60 days.
60 days? That's quite a long lockup for reward. That really forces a longer-term perspective. Prevents people from just farming XP and dumping immediately.
Exactly. It enforces discipline. They want HO dealers, people invested in the long run, not just quick flips. And the reward structure is interesting, too. It's not all paid in MORI.
Oh.
For the content creation, especially the video stuff aimed at Western audiences, they actually pay cash rewards, USDT specifically, based on views.
Wait, USDT, actual dollars, not their own token. Why do that? Isn't that just bleeding cash?
It seems counterintuitive, but think about it. Paying in USDT does 2 things. 1, it attracts serious content creators who want real money, not just token rewards that might fluctuate. 2, that USDT is new, external liquidity coming into the ecosystem. Those creators are likely to then use some of that cash to buy MORI themselves, especially if they want to get into the higher tier.
Ah, okay. So the cash payments actually bring fresh money in, potentially boosting the price. It creates this loop.
Precisely. Content gets views. Views attract new buyers. Buying pushes the price up. The higher price motivates more content creation. It's a self-reinforcing cycle. And if you're not in that, at MORI doing the quests, earning the XP, You're kind of missing the core engine.
You're just watching from the sidelines while the actual game is happening inside the bot.
That's a good way to put it. And that game includes climbing the ranks, getting into exclusive groups.
The holder clubs and whale clubs.
Right. Access isn't free. You have to prove your holding. There's a verification step. Send a tiny amount of MORI from your wallet just to prove ownership.
And then the tiers are based on how much you hold.
Yep. The holder club is for people holding like $1,000 worth or more. Gets you into a private chat with insights, updates, direct team contact, supposedly without all the noise and FUD you see in public channels.
FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Yeah, crypto forums are full of that.
Tell me about it. But the real inner circle is the whale club. That requires $50,000 or more in no MORI.
50 grand. Okay, that's serious commitment. What do they get?
According to the sources, direct access to Moriarty, input on key decisions, and critically, information often 5 or 10 minutes before it hits the main channels. In crypto, 5 minutes can be an eternity.
Yeah, that's a massive advantage.
Yeah.
And there's a mechanism to kick people out if they sell.
There is. A smart bot constantly monitors wallet balances. If your holdings drop below the threshold for your club, $1K for holder, $50 for whale BAM, you're automatically removed. No exceptions.
Continuous enforcement, hold the line or you're out. That discipline theme again.
It's everywhere. And it's reinforced again by the staking system they just launched, also run through the bot.
Snaking. What are the returns like? Are they tempting enough to lock up coins?
Oh, they're designed to be very tempting, like 100% APR if you take your rewards back in no MORI over 12 months, or even higher, 150% APR if you opt to get your staking rewards paid out in XP instead.
150% APR and XP. Wow. So that feeds back into the whole gamification system too.
Exactly. Staking does two crucial things here. First, it pulls a huge amount of supply off the market, locking it away and reducing selling pressure. Makes it easier for everyone else to hold. Second, those high returns reward long-term belief. It incentivizes people to commit.
But is there a penalty for pulling out early? Can you just unstake whenever?
There's the discipline hammer again.
Yeah.
Early withdrawal. You forfeit 50% of your stake deposit.
50%? Ouch. That's a serious disincentive to breaking your commitment. You really have to believe in it to lock up for that long under those terms.
It's hardcore. It basically forces conviction. If people stake significant amounts, potentially hundreds of millions of tokens could be locked up for a year or more, providing massive stability.
Okay, so wrapping this all together, we started looking at MORI as maybe just another meme coin riding a personality cult, but peeling back the layers, it's a really complex machine.
It is. You've got the tokenomics designed for scarcity, the utility like the casino burning tokens and the VPN forcing holds, the intense gamification via the XP system driving community action, and the staking locking up supply with harsh penalties. Every piece seems engineered to push towards that $1 goal by constricting supply and boosting demand.
So the message for you listening seems to be about timing, right?
I think so. The analysis suggests the current price reflects the initial launch hype and the correction. But the big potential drivers, the casino fully operational, the VPN actually launching and onboarding users, the major global marketing push they talk about, getting onto those tier 1 exchanges like Bybit or Binance, those are all still ahead.
They're scheduled events, things designed to happen sequentially to keep the momentum going. If that casino burn and VPN hold requirement both kick in successfully.
That's potentially two massive, simultaneous pressures squeezing the available supply, while potentially bringing in thousands of new users who need to hold the token. It's like setting up a snowball at the top of a very steep hill.
Right. And the core idea seems to be participation. This isn't presented as something you just buy and forget. The value is supposedly built by the people in the system, doing the quest, creating the content, staking their tokens.
Yeah, the sources frame it as a movement you join, not just an asset you trade. Be part of the engine, don't just watch the fuel gauge.
So the final thought is, don't just invest, maybe join the game. While everyone else is watching the charts, the argument is that the real action, the stuff driving the future price, is happening inside that, at Moriko APPBOT ecosystem.
That seems to be the core message. Buy, join the bot,
Yeah.
Get involved, be an actor, not just an audience member. The website is moriko.in if you want to check it out directly.